We launched Real Leadership about a year and a half ago. Our primary objective was to highlight real leaders in the real economy who were not getting the airtime we felt like they deserved. The upside of the project for me personally was, one, to better connect with our client base, and two, to follow my own curiosity and learn how to be a better leader myself right alongside our listeners. I don't have a business pedigree. I didn't get an MBA from Wharton. I've grown up professionally here at Onan, and frankly, I'm figuring this whole executive leadership thing out as I go. Getting to know our guests has really been an elevating experience for me. We're 28 episodes in, and the most striking commonality between all of our guests, the most pleasant surprise, is that I genuinely liked every single one of them. Honestly, I went into this thinking that at least half of them would be jerks. Even as someone leading an organization myself, I had bought into the narrative, the caricature of the selfish, egotistical, horse's rear end CEO. But that's not been my experience. We're 28 for 28 at this point. Now, no one's perfect, and wanting to build a virtuous organization and actually doing it are two different things. That said, our guests have all been extremely affable, genuine human beings who are approaching leadership with a servant heart. Don't get me wrong, these folks are drivers, some of them running multi-billion-dollar organizations, but doing it with a real sense of reciprocity, with soul. Now, maybe leading with the win-win in mind is not the only way to the top, but 28 interviews in, I can say unequivocally, through this experiment, that one absolutely can get to the top and be wildly successful while serving others, our customers, teams, shareholders, communities. And that's really encouraging. And I think there is a lesson in it. As we enter the new year, we've just come through a very divisive political season. A little bit more than half of our country is excited, filled with hope by the outcome of the most recent election, and the other half is on a spectrum of disappointed to terrified. I'll tell you, based on almost 250 years of U.S. history, I can confidently say that things are probably not going to be as good or as bad as either the left or the right think as a result of the election. The reason for our general trajectory that's been up and to the right for 250 years, regardless of who's in power in DC, is all the great Americans who lead from the middle, leaders in the real economy, leaders at the heart of our republic. I'm glad we're a democratic republic, but the reality is we don't have that much impact individually on how Washington operates. You may find yourself in a situation where you don't have that much impact on how your company operates. But whatever station we find ourselves in, we do have personal agency and have the opportunity for massive impact within our sphere of influence. If I'm concerned about a just and equitable society, my activism has got to start with how I relate to the people around me. Instead of worrying about how politicians lie, how about I stop lying to myself? If I'm concerned about the economy, I have the agency to kick butt as an individual performer, and I have the agency to innovate and execute as a department manager or a business leader. That's our role. I may not be able to change the way the world works, but I can build a team or a company that's driven by purpose, accomplishes great things, and shares in the spoils of success. This is what it means to lead from the middle. And that is my biggest takeaway from the interviews I've done over the last year. What we do is who we are. Our individual actions as a group added up over time define our American culture. Our future, our ability to keep things going up and to the right, it's up to us. We need a critical mass of people doing the right thing to keep things moving in the right direction. So my encouragement to you for 2025 is to be the innovator, the change agent, the encourager, the advocate, the economic stimulus package. I'm thankful to our season 1 guests for showing us how it's done. Let's go.